Richmond fans, welcome back to a season review of our club, my club, the Richmond Tigers. Next segment, the leaders. The leaders headlined by our captain, sole captain this season, Toby Curvis, alongside Tom Lynch as vice captain, Liam Baker as vice captain, and Jaden Short. Yes, I'm back and I'm looking a little bit different. Let's finish off this video. The leadership. The leadership is just not there. Like I've mentioned, two of our captains slash vice captains are leaving. Well, definitely one in Baker, but Lynch might go as well. Short and Nank are staying. But the reality is leadership comes from obviously those in the leadership group, but also the experienced players and the fact that Grimes and Dustin Martin have barely played this year. Pressy has been injured. Lynch has not played all year, who's a leader, experienced and vice captain. Really, it's only Nank, Baker, and Short who have led. And I'm going to be honest, I've been disappointed, particularly with Baker at times with his leadership. I know he's courageous, but still, I feel like just watching Richmond this season, the only true leader I have seen, out and out leader on the pitch, off the pitch, all is Toby Curvis. I mean, I'm pretty proud to have him as a captain. That man is a bull. He's fucking scary. And without him, geez, we would have a tough season. Because if you also think about Nank on field, has been amazing this season. He has carried us. And yes, there's been better rucks this year. But in terms of the most underrated ruck in the comp, it is Toby Curvis. If you watch him out and out every week, he is one of our always top 3, top 5 best players in the game. Let's talk about Dimmer now. Now, Damien Hardwick obviously had nothing to do with us this year, apart from giving us 2 losses. But if we talk about how he left the club in the state it was, he has to hold some responsibility for our season. And I know that sounds dumb, but he's in part responsible for some of the young players in our list. He's in part responsible for a lot of the signings, bringing in Hopper, Taranto, some other players. And the reality is, I mean, what could have Adam Uze done? I mean, seriously, he's been given a club that has got an awful list with really fucking injury-prone players and retiring players and just clear lacking quality and drive. And he's got to deal with it, and that is Damien Hardwick's fault. And as much as I love Dimmer, and I'm super thankful of what he brought me and my club, you know, 2017 to 2020 was some of the greatest times of my life, purely because we were winning grand finals, and I was going to these grand finals, even COVID, when I couldn't go to the finals, watching those games, particularly the Port Adelaide and Geelong game. Fucking that Port Adelaide game, there's some footage of me, I don't know if I'll include it, but yes! Come on! Oh my God! Oh my God! Holy shit! Oh my God! Ball by McIntosh, the full forward stand. No, there is! I'm a fat bastard with long hair, and I was absolutely hyped in that game. Dimmer's left us a hole, and he has to take responsibility for that. And a little bit more about Adam Uze. I think Adam Uze showed some good parts. He showed some little tactical nuances throughout the season, particularly when we were being dominated, and you could see there were changes he made. Now, are these changes exciting, or do I sort of look at Adam Uze this season and have I been excited by his tactical ability and his man management ability, his just general capabilities as a coach? And yeah, like I am excited, and there's a reason we hired him and not people like McQualter and some other blokes out there. There's a reason, and we've got to stick with that reason. I think definitely give him the entirety of 2025, and if we're dead last in 2025, then I guess it's up to the higher ups, but the reality is all the higher ups are leaving. You know, Brendan Gale, Peggy's gone, they're going, so how are the higher ups there to quantify who's good, who's not good? Now personally, I've said this on record many times, I want Shuey Ju at the club. Shuey Ju is phenomenal with young players, and I feel like he would galvanise this group and bring us some wins. But to be completely honest, you can't expect anything more of Adam Uze. He had 2 phenomenal wins this year, away against Adelaide and at Sydney, like we've discussed, but the reality is, whatever coach, we could have had Lee Matthews, and I still don't think we would have done as well. The grade now. Second last segment, the grade. What do I give our grade? A+ being a great season, F being an awful season. I'm going to give our grade E. I'm going to give it an E purely on the basis that the wins we had were outstanding and our percentage wasn't the worst in our comp. Yes, our percentage was awful, but the fact of the matter is North Melbourne's was worse, and the fact of the matter is the 2 games we won I thought were really outstanding wins. And also the fact of the matter is you have to take context into account for when you're grading AFL teams. And I think the simple thing is if we did not have the amount of injuries we had, it's an F every day of the week, but just given we were by far the most injured team in the competition with a new coach and everything against us, I think you have to take that into account. It's still a fail of a season, but for me, it's more of an E than an F. And I hope you understand that. And I know that's biased, but I'm trying to be honest and grade it that way. And the final segment is the awards, giving out awards. The first award we're going to give are the best 3 players this season. Number 1 for me was Nick Vlauston. I thought he's been our best player all season. Well, in the grand scope of things. Should have made All-Australian 40, should have made All-Australian 22. How he didn't make either of those is an absolute fucking cardinal sin, and it's disgraceful we didn't get even a mention. But he's been our best player. Our second best player has been Toby Nankervis, on and off the field, leadership, qualities, ruckman capabilities. He has been outstanding as well, and I think those two have been head and above the rest of the competition. In fact, we'll do a top 5 for that matter. Our third best player has been Dan Rielly, who could easily go as number 1, but he has been outstanding, and it's quite sad that our third, well, arguably our best player this season, is departing the club. It helps that he was fit all season, and it also helps that, you know, we had the ball in our backline so much because the team was constantly attacking us. And so if you're a forward at the Richmond Tigers, you're not getting in this list. But he's been our third best player for me. Fourth's a really hard one. I feel like you had to give it to Short. I think Short has been fit most of the season, if not all of the season, and he has been really good. He has shown leadership qualities, which I'm pretty proud. And I think he's probably 4th or 5th, but we'll give him 4th, which means 5th. I think 5th is a discussion between Bolton, I think between Broad, I think between Bolter, who's been really good. I think all those blokes could get in there. I'm going to give it to Noah Bolter. I think Noah Bolter has been the most important player this season. If you think about him in the ruck, in the back line, in the forward line. I mean, Adam Uze's thrown him around everywhere. His importance is above all. But in terms of a season, I'll give him 5th place. Shea Bolton and Broad deserve to be up there as well, but unfortunately they don't get there. Most improved, this will just belong to one player. It's got to be Mansell. I think Mansell, in previous years, has really frustrated me, and I think this season he has shown a lot of growth, and I've been really impressed with him, and I think he's been our most improved player. There's some other names in there. I think Seth Campbell's been a really good find. Tom Brown continues to improve, and there's some other players in there that continue to improve, but he's arguably been one of our better players when we were going through that shit patch. Well, the shit patch was the entire season. And to be honest, I could list out some other awards, but I'm stopping with that. That's my Richmond review. Thanks for watching. I don't know how many parts of this video there are going to be, but there's going to be a lot because it's a long video. And here's to next season.